Hey guys, it's Chief Logan bringing you our recap of the war against Above and Beyond. As you can see, we did lose. It came quite close at the end, with both clans having a couple of attacks left and only there being a few stars in it. So it was quite an exciting finish and an exciting war overall, thanks to Above and Beyond for being good sports and having some great attacks from them as well. So we're going to start off the recap with base number 23, which is Aragorn being attacked by Dark Sun. So this is just a basic shattered Govaho. As you can see, he's got these two golems, a few wizards to funnel up at the top, and he's only got 4 Valks of his own. I'm assuming he's got Clan Castle Valks, but it could be Hogs. Drops the first test ball breaker, followed by the 3 wall breakers to break through, and now starts the heroes. Yeah, he does have a few more Valks in the clan castle. They go in, they're going to completely wreck that compartment. They'll get aggroed onto the queen and she's down in seconds. A nice early jump gets them through to the clan castle compartment. They'll be able to get 2 wizard towers and quite a few Teslas there, it looks like. So these minions do get off quite a bit of damage onto the king, and he dies very soon. But it doesn't matter, he's got plenty hogs, his queen's still up doing some damage, and now he's going to start the hog part. Just a few hogs onto that 9 o'clock compartment. Just a surgical deployment going counterclockwise. And luckily that golem managed to trigger one of the giant bombs, so the hogs didn't actually die to the other giant bomb. That could have ruined the raid if the golem didn't. So they're just making their way to the last few defences. Still got heal in the bag. I assume he's going to drop that soon. Yeah, drops it onto that wizard tower. Probably didn't need it, to be honest. Although that giant bomb could have got a few of their hogs. Although that's the last of the defences going down. It's just clean up from now on. And that was quite a clean attack by Dark Sun. Moving on to 22 by Gabo. He's using a Queen Walk Govaho this time. Or just a Queen Walk Vaho, it looks like. No golems needed. So he drops a single loon onto that mortar. That just gets that out of the way and allows the giant and a couple of wizards to start the funnel. So he's wanting the queen to go down south. So the wizards manage to take down that cannon, which is really important in getting the queen to go south. She takes down that Tesla, and then there's no reason for her to go north. So she starts working on the trash down south, and then takes a few more defences down. No rage needed right now because there's only 2 point defences on her, both being lower levels. Hog comes in to get the clan castle lure, goes a bit off track, but the queen gets it anyway. And it's quite unlucky. The air defence does target onto a few of these healers, but he drops a few hogs in to take that down quickly, so the queen stays alive. And now she's just going to bash on a wall. Slither of health onto that healer there. Now comes the Valk part. The Valk's just, he's using 2 separate, like, I don't even know what you would call them. 2 separate sets of Valks, I suppose you could say. Both going in down each side. They take down both heroes. A heal for them and a jump takes them through to the next compartment. Hasn't even dropped his king yet. He drops that up north to tank for those 2 archer towers. Then a couple of hogs onto each. As you can see, the Valks have done quite a bit of work. And they're just going to bash on a wall now. Still got a few hogs left. They come into the last couple of defences down at, well, the ones from the top actually end up coming down to take down the defences. Drops a heal for them. Could have been a little bit earlier, but managed to keep them alive. And he's got plenty of Valks for cleanup. Also managed to swag a rage and a poison, so nice attack by Gabo. Moving up another couple to number 20 by Lee. Looking like a blue velar, which, as I said in the last video, has been a lot more common recently. I'm not sure why, probably just becoming popular, something different. So he quakes the centre of the base, so it opened up a huge amount of compartments. Can practically get to all of the main giant bomb threats from there. And he starts his queen off up north. Looks like she's going to try and break into that town hall compartment. Hog goes in to get the clan castle lure. It's a golem, so that could take a while for the queen to get through. I'll speed through the queen bashing on the golem. Drops a rage to help her out. And then down here, drops a giant and a couple of wizards just to do the funnel. And that's all he's going to need for the funnel, because he just drops his king, a bunch of Valks and his 3 healers, and then he jumps them straight through to the core where that earthquake opened up everything. Queens managed to funnel the top part, and as I said, the wizards and giants funneled the bottom. And now the Valks are just going to go crazy in the core. It's unlucky that the healers stayed on the king rather than the Valks, but they managed to get through and take down enough of the base to be worth it. And he's just sending in a few hogs on the remaining defences. Let's take them out. I mean, he's got a level 25 king with 3 healers, so that king's not going to go down to 1 expo. A couple of Teslas might make a difference, as you just seen pop. But he's still got his ability in the bag, as do both heroes, so drops the ability. King takes down even more of the base. And there really isn't much left for these hogs. So this is his use of the skeleton spell, dropping it in that compartment there, because he knows that nothing other than his queen and the hogs can reach that without breaking through a wall. So that was pretty smart. He's going to end up with almost full health healers, to be honest. Full health heroes, not healers. So that was quite a nice attack by Lee. Nice to see something different. Moving up again to number 15, Dan 23 by Advised Boris. A nice cold-blooded Lalun here. So he drops a minion and an archer to start the funnel, and then golem tanking for the queen and soon to be the king. Drops his wall breakers in, breaks straight through to that compartment, and all he's going to need is a jump to get through to that queen. And then there's pretty much nothing that can stop the Lalun. Pretty spaced out air defences, so the hounds are going to tank for a long time. It is a dragon loon clan castle, so he's relying on the queen to take that down. She manages to do so eventually, but not before the dragon's got quite a few shots off onto the king, sadly. Still got his archer queen's ability as he starts the Lalun part. Dropping hastes to get those straight into their defences, and really no need for rage so far because everything can be one-shotted by a couple of loons. Drops the rage onto that expo because it helps them get through, and also the Tesla farm, that's important as well. It's a perfectly placed rage, to be honest. And you can see just the massive balloons as they make their way to the last air defence. That's quite impressive. Drops the last loon onto that archer tower, and then they're just going to make their way to the last few defences. Air defence goes down, and the only thing that can harm them is that archer tower. Luckily, he managed to get another hound pop, so he's got plenty to clean up. The loons and the pups will just make their way around the rest of the base, taking that down. We actually used Laloon quite a lot this war, as you'll see in the next one, actually by me, number 13, which is a Zapquake Pentalaloon. So I'm going to Zapquake that middle air defence, which means that there's no reason why my hounds would actually go to the queen. They're going to path from this air defence here, down to here, and then along here, and the queen's just going to stay in her compartment. So I don't need to worry about the queen until the end of the raid, which is perfect for me. Start off with a couple of hounds onto that first air defence, followed by a few loons. Poison onto that clan castle. It doesn't stay up too long. It's just minions, so there's no reason why it would stay. Haste helps them get through to the next few defences, and now the max lava hound comes in with another lava hound, and that's kind of when I knew that this raid was going to go well. When you've got that much tanking, there's really no reason why you would lose. So coming on to this Tesla farm at the bottom, I'll drop a few loons and a rage to help them through, because they are going to get hit by the defences. Last haste goes on, so the loons make their way to the last air defence. That goes down, and then it's just clean up and a few defences up the top. That's all the Laloon needed to do, to be honest. The queen's going to take down those loons, I'm just going to let that happen. I kind of wanted the queen to target onto the hounds, so that I'd maybe get another pop, because I don't have that much cleanup, to be honest. So the loons make their way to the last wizard tower, and then it's just the queen. The queen is actually the last defense sort of thing to go down, which is quite ironic. She's normally the thing you aim for first. But she goes down eventually by the king and the queen, and then it's just a couple of buildings left. They go down, and that is that. Quite a basic army as well, only 3 different types of troops. Moving up again to number 12 by Advised Walrus. This is going to be a Queen Walk Goho, looking like it. Drops a couple of loons onto that cannon. It's going to make their way in. They're going to get the clan castle lure, it looks like. Well, part of it. They go down too soon to get the full lure, but enough to handle it in a couple of batches rather than all at once. Queen goes down with the healers. This isn't actually going to be a Queen Walk Govaho, it's going to be a Queen Charge Goho. So the Queen's making her way in. She's going to take down the king and the clan castle, and a bunch of defences on the way, it looks like. So now the full clan castle comes out with a poison to help her through. The king comes out to play, so he drops a rage for the queen to help her out. The final hog comes in for the clan castle lure, gets the skeleton trap as well, which is useful rather than the hogs taking that. And now comes the golem with a few wizards to funnel. And then the king. Breaks straight into that compartment, and he's got one jump to get them through to the queen. A few hogs to help them out. Nothing targeting them, so there's no reason not to drop them in. Sadly, trigger a double bomb so they don't live too long. Got another couple of loons for that archer tower at the bottom. It goes down. Queen's still doing a lot of work. King is slowly making his way towards the queen. looking like he's going to target onto her soon. Yeah, there he goes. And then he just kind of sprays his hogs around right at the bottom. He's got both double bomb threats, so there's nothing that can stop his hogs now, especially with a heal in the bag, which I don't believe he actually uses. So managed to swag out that heal. And then it's just clean up. King's up at full health, plenty wizards and hogs going about. So that's that. Moving up to another attack by me. I'm being a bit greedy this war with the recap. Just to show off the new hounds. This is going to be another cold-blooded Laloon. Starting off with a loon onto that mortar so that my golem doesn't get distracted by it. That goes down, and then I can start with the wizards for the funnel. And I keep saying this, you don't want to leave your high hit point storages or town hall in places where wizards or minions can snipe them, because they're absolutely no use there. You want to make sure that you either put them close enough to archer towers or something so that you don't hit them. It's something like that. It's the small things that can end up saving a raid. If I had to tank for that elixir storage, I may not have had enough space for the loons, so it all adds up. Golem comes in as the wizards are taking down the high hit points storages. Test wall breaker followed by the 3 main wall breakers. And then I can drop the king in. King is actually doing quite a big job this raid because the queen walks around the outside. So the king goes in and gets their defense all by himself. Poison onto the clan castle slows them down enough for the king to take down that air defense. And the queen's just going to make her way around the outside. Now comes the Laloon part, dropping a couple of hounds onto that first air defence and loons onto the first 3 layers of defences. Well, the first layer of defences, of which there are 3. They make their way in with the help of a rage, take down that air defence, and then comes the second part. The max hound makes its way onto the air defence with more loons reinforcing. More hastes as well. Rage gets them through the Tesla farm, especially with the wizard tower there, it's quite deadly. And that last hound just pops before the loons get hit, so that works perfectly for me. Got a bunch of lava pups going about cleaning up the base, and that is going to be a 3-star. So, skipping past the Town Hall 10s, we're going to look at our number 1, which is a 2-star by Stewie, which is the Town Hall 10. So, what was quite lucky this war is that we had an account that had this base on it, so it meant Stewie could go in and practice a bunch of times, so thank you to Ben for having that account with the base on it. It definitely helped us get this 2-star without needing any cleanup or anything like that. So as you can see, it's what they call a baby drag. I don't know, something like that. But it's dragons and, well, baby dragons and Valks. The baby dragons are there to get the percentage. The Valks are there to get the town hall. So the baby dragons just take down the trash. Nothing too special about that. You can see he's got 28% already, and here comes the Valks. So the Valks just shred through that first wall, got to jump into the town hall, freeze onto the Inferno Tower, and it's all happening very fast, but he gets that 2-star with quite a bit of health left on his heroes. Doesn't even kill the clan castle. Well, does eventually, but Queen's still up. the enemy king's still up, the enemy eagle artillery's still up, so it's a very effective method of getting the 2-star. So well done to Stewie for using that. And well done to all of Emphatic for having quite a good war. And also well done to Above and Beyond for beating us. You had quite a few good attacks. If you want to check out their side of the war, you can go to watch Clash with Barndo's recap. I'll leave a link for that in the description if I remember. But that's going to be that for today. If you like this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you want more. You can also contact me on Twitter at ChiefLogan3010. And I'll see you guys in the next one.